Welcome to Part 5 in Parts. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And this is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 anime review podcast by ARC, where we two JoJo fans get together. We talk about not each episode of the Part 5 Golden Wind JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime, but we separate them into essentially the fights.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just become like...
That's actually what JoJo is, the fight.
That's true. The one thing about JoJo, which actually I think is kind of hard, makes it hard to recommend to people who aren't into like battle manga, is that it is just a battle manga.
Yeah.
Even later on, like, you can say like, oh, well, Part 4's got like this kind of mystery element, or like Part 7 is like a Wild West story. It still is a battle manga at heart.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the reason why we love it, though.
Yes. Also, it's kind of a little late because we're holiday break.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think.
And I was sick.
Yeah, the day after we actually recording is like technically the next episode, but I believe it's a recap episode.
I believe so. I'm taking a week off for what I'm hearing.
Yeah, which I mean,
rumors is they're making the second OP that's why, but
that'd be really cool. I'm not gonna get my hopes up though.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to say I forgot to mention it. This episode we're gonna be talking about episodes 11 and 12 of the anime,
yes,
which are essentially the Illuso Man in the Mirror fight.
Yeah, the episodes are like the second mission from the boss, and I think it's called Mirror Man and Purple Smoke. So, yeah. Yes. Which in the manga, it was just, what's it called?
Purple Haze.
Yeah, Fugo's Purple Haze, and that, yeah, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Pretty much, like, I mean, we're kind of hitting a formula where it's like, you look at the way that the manga is named, and it'll be like 7 parts or whatever. How many chapters was this?
Chapter totals?
Yeah, this fight.
Let me
I'd assume it's probably got to be 4, right?
I gotta find 479 to 485. 7 parts.
Damn. Wow, they really condensed it then.
Well, he's just, the Man in the Mirror and Purple Haze in 2 volumes.
Yeah, generally the rule of thumb when they adapt manga to anime is 2 chapters per episode.
Yeah.
But that isn't always the same with JoJo, because there's been times where they've adapted like 1 chapter to 1 episode.
And don't forget they also cut like the part of Abacho's backstory into the episode with his the Rudy Blue's counterattack.
That's right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
They cut up all the origins to make more sense.
And yeah, the one thing that I was kind of surprised about, I might be wrong, but I heard someone saying that Fugo didn't originally have like a concrete backstory.
Yeah.
So I think they added some elements to it.
I want to talk a little bit about that when we get to we actually just talk about discussing it.
Okay.
So, funny enough, because it's the information about Lucio, because we get the wiki set up before we do anything, and I'm just looking at like, he died on my birthday on April 1st, 2001.
Oh my god, the day you were born.
No, not the day I was born, but on my birthday. Hilariously enough.
That's really funny.
So, I don't know where in JoJo they had the date this took place, even in the manga. Maybe it was a little like tab.
I'm sure. Okay, so I think what happened was way after the fact. I think okay, I might be getting it wrong. There's so many things Araki's made that are like JoJo puns. It might be in JoJo Veller. It's like JoJo Veller, I think, is like kind of a book that has just like information about every stand user, and that's where like
I guess
he drew like additional designs, and that's where there's like all the information about the stand stats. That's where stand stats come from. This one book.
Okay, because I always see them like it was always like, or like, before the chapter would start, they would have like a stat.
Oh, that's true. I think maybe
for the ones he didn't have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's where a lot of them, because some of them weren't even named until that came out. I might be wrong though. If I'm wrong, someone in the comments please correct me. I think it's JoJo Veller, but it might also be Jojonium. I don't know. There's too many stupid names.
I believe it.
All right, so let's actually get into the episode.
Yeah, the first episode, which is the second mission from the boss, it basically picks up where last episode, where Bruno splits them up to go get the key.
So we got Fugo, Abbacchio, and Giorno going for this key.
A random mishmash of people in the team.
Yeah, I kind of like this because like we've gotten. I feel like Abbacchio is so underrated. And I'm really appreciating him so much more now. And him giving him more screen time, which obviously, I mean, they're adapting the manga, but like, it's so nice to have.
Same. I thought he's always very forgotten about. Like, it's very obviously why. Also, just a heads up, we just supposed to be getting spoilers for everything.
Oh, yes, thank you for mentioning. Yeah, there will be spoilers for Part 5. So if you are here for some reason, which I'm pretty sure we already just have like our standard fan base. Like,
our standees that we're calling our fan base.
Standees. So yeah, Yeah, so Abakio doesn't really have as much time as like all the other characters.
His whole
I feel like
thing.
even Fugo makes more of an impact, and Fugo isn't around as long as Abakio.
Yeah. I guess so, but I swear, like, they both, like, kind of go away after, like, a certain point, like, and it's just, like, the other boys.
Mm-hmm. Which I have to say, if I were to cut two of the characters, it probably would have been those two, but, I don't know, I really like Abakio. I'm getting a lot of, I'm gonna be sad when he leaves.
Abakio exists to be antagonistic towards Giorno.
Which is so good. Because I'm really...
He's like the Rohan to Josuke, where he's just like there to be like just like an asshole or hates him.
I really am appreciating that so much more, because in part 4, like the main crew, like the friends, like the three boys, they're very just kind of like chill and whatever. But in this, having Abakio be like so aggressive, it really makes the stakes feel higher, because it's like, yeah, these guys are kind of jerks. They're kind of bad guys.
I don't know. In part 4, they were bad guys, and then they beat them, and then they became their friends, or like they were afraid of them, so they became their friends.
That's true, but Abakio still hates Jojo.
I mean, at some point, like they were friends. Like I still think like Yukaku does not deserve Kyochi.
Yeah, no, that's really bad.
But like at some point, apparently, like they became friends enough with Josuke to have coffee with him in like one section. So it's just really weird. But I don't know. Friends are a weird thing in JoJo.
It's really true.
Like, I think there's, like, no tighter, like, group of friends. I think the part 3 one. But, like... Because I was, like, usually like, 1 or 2 friends. But, like, part 3 probably had the best, like, crew that was, like, friends, I think, compared to everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I would still say part 4. Because I don't really care for the part 3 cast too much. I think that you get, like, little moments that are, like, of course, like, there's, like, the parts that everyone remembers, like, when they do the hand... Who is it?
It's Polnareff and Keckween.
And then you watch that scene, and it's just, like... I think that's a halfway point, pretty much, and you're just like, where has this been?
It's the last part. It's like in the submarine, like before
they go to Egypt, and it's just like, where has this been? Like, where has this relationship between these characters been? I feel like I wish I'd seen more of it.
It's like the Abdul and like Joseph like magnetized adventure.
Abdul Joseph makes a little more sense because they have a lot more like one-on-one time, and at least early on.
I don't know, But because part 5, they're already established as friends, so you don't really get that, like, them building the friendship.
But then you have a scene like the dance, and that feels like it's everything you need. Like, it just, like, sets everyone in.
So, yeah.
Alright, let's actually talk about the episode.
Well, yeah, they're basically on the car ride, you get a little bit of teeth of, like, Fugo's anger.
Was this when Abakio pokes Giorno's chest?
Not yet, no. This is, like, when they're driving the car, he's like, oh... Jordan's like, hey, you missed the turn over there, and he like slams on the brakes. Like, it doesn't really helpful when you tell me I missed the turn after I already turned by it. But like, puts a little tease of his anger. And then,
which I mean, we've seen plenty. Like the first scene we see Fugo, and he's shoving a fork into Naranja's eye.
Yeah, and then we're going to Pompeii, which. Yeah, I think it has a really cool setting, but I think I talked about it like last episode, where like I thought they would have been cool with like an Ash themed stand user or something like with like could do with the bodies, like creepy Ash zombies. Like that would have been really cool, but that was just me.
Would have been better than fucking Sports Max and Limp Bizkit.
Well, I'm not talking about invisible zombies, but so yeah, they go there, and then they see a mirror, and then that's a whole Lucio stand fight happened with Fugo getting dragged in.
So. One of the weird things about this episode is like how convenient the mirror placement is.
Yeah.
So the one time it's
more than
like,
once.
Yeah. So the one time I'll buy it because
he was there before. I can see him setting up a mirror.
But Elusio didn't know about the key. So why did he have another mirror? Unless I
think that one was just luck.
I think it was luck, but I also like the idea that he went into every of these ruined buildings and put like one mirror down. Because I mean, this guy has to carry around like a half dozen mirrors at all times.
You'd think so, like. Just have a pocket full of glass or like mirrors. And
how I just want to like go back to in the little flashback episode where I think it might have been Lucio that made fun of Little Feet for having a useless stand. Where it's like a Lucio stand is so fucking like coincidence heavy or like
especially
condition heavy. Rather,
he's the one that goes to Pompeii where you don't expect there to be like, any mirrors at all.
It's like literal ruins.
When you think of like the other members, like. How more useful would have been in that area?
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, he does do he's pretty threatening, but...
He's pretty threatening, but still, when he get dragged into the mirror, all he does is punch people.
Yeah, his stand is like... He even says, like, once he does the mirror trick, or the mirror pull, he's, like, weak. Like, it takes all his energy out, so...
Yeah.
you're pretty much like he has to really just have the first move, otherwise he's fucked.
But his stand also has the effect of Death 13 from Part 3, where like you need to have your stand out to get dragged into the rear thing with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's like comes back to bite him like more than what.
So we have this sort of like classic JoJo setup where you've got like, I think Araki's even explained how this is like how he writes stories, where he starts setting up these weird quirky elements that sort of compound on each other. It's like, so we've got this mirror there, and then the characters see someone like approaching from behind, but then they look behind and they don't see anyone, and then in the mirror he's closer, and it's got that classic JoJo build up.
Yeah, it's similar to that Death 13 where like they think he's kind of crazy for seeing stuff in a mirror and not being there, and like kind of like doubting him for a little bit. But yeah, then he disappears and all that fun stuff, and then everyone else is looking for him. He's dealing with Lucio inside the mirror. Mm-hmm. Typical JoJo like fashion, but is other than like the setup, it's always like the meat in it that's like the important thing.
Mm-hmm. And the meat in this one is really like Fugo's character, because we get his backstory here.
Well, they also get, before they show the backstory, they had like this first image of Purple Haze outside the mirror because he tried to activate his stand, and Abachi's like freaking out trying to get Jorno to get away. Like, I'm doing you a favor. Yeah, I'm giving you this one. But then it goes to the backstory, which. It was only, like you said, it was touched upon, because a lot of people, like the people who write Purple Haze feedback were, wondering, like, are they going to use that backstory? And the backstory for that one was he beat the shit out of the professor because, he, like, talked shit on his dead grandmother. Uh-huh. And that's why he beat him up. And this one, in this anime, they made it look like he was,
pedophile.
Yeah, like...
He was, sexually assaulting.
Yeah.
Or sexually coercing a minor, which is... It makes you root for Fugo a lot more when you see him like totally destroy this pedophile, which is awesome.
He also like thought about killing his father at one second too. He had to make by his father reading the newspaper, and I don't know. It's just like they didn't do like that backstory for him, but
which it's always so funny because I have such a love for JoJo that I love seeing like. When they had Fugo as a kid, you see his parents, and like he just has like parents. Like everyone has to have like normal parents, but his parents have these awesome poses they're doing because it's JoJo and everyone's doing a crazy pose. Yeah,
but then you get that backstory about letting like after he get kicked out for. Oh, I'm not sure if he killed him or he's brutally beaten. The teacher.
He probably didn't kill him.
I don't know. It's part 5. I can see them.
Do you think you can kill someone with a book?
It's JoJo. They can kill anyone with anything.
That's true.
And so. Yeah, he gets the backstory. He gets kicked out of school, gets disowned by his parents, and then he just wanders the streets. And then Bruno, typical Bruno being best boy, like takes him in and lets him join the gang.
Just setting up Bruno is like the most compassionate character. He's so fucking good at everything he does. I love him very much.
Yeah, so we get that, and then we kind of cut back to Lucio, and then he gets basically all the hints of like Fugo trying to like let them know where he is, or like trying to get a message out to them. With Purple Haze, and I just love the image of like the birds just falling when they go behind a Lucio. Just like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
You get the real tease of Purple Haze. Also, they give Purple Haze such a personality in the anime.
Yeah, I forgot about. Or I don't know if it was in the original, but like him being like obsessed with cleanliness.
I think that's the anime original. I
totally forget. I don't want to like say yes or no, but it's really funny. That whole scene was really funny where he like drools on himself twice and starts fucking freaking out.
I just like Purple Haze. It's just like it's such a like an unhinged like monster stand though. It's just like the drool and like it knows its own like uncontrollable rage. Like it is a perfect personification of his anger.
Yeah, I really like that a lot. Because that's one of the best things about stands that you don't really see too much is like how it's supposed to be a reflection of.
Yeah, we talked about that thing on one of the past episodes where about like how other people like they have like their stand that are basically a reflection of them, and then some that were not at all like completely different. But
because like you've got some like what's his face, like Gold Experience doesn't really do much to like give itself a personality. Like I really love when stands are like kind of automatic like
Sex Pistols, Act 3 Echoes had like that personality.
Yeah.
Like anything that like talks.
Act 3 too is such a good one because it's like it's like a reverse reflection of
It's like
Koichi.
Koichi's like
his hidden side, or his like
his delinquent side.
Yeah.
Like with Josuke and Okiyatsu, like their delinquent, it's him being associated with them, kind of like.
Yeah, that's a really fun like
my
character play.
Favorite part of part 4 is like when he's in the hospital with Highway Star and he's just like assaulting the nurse, like fucking with her because she won't let him in, or let him know the floor where Highway Star is.
I forgot about that.
So good, I love that part. So, but yes. It's a lot of purple haze and, like, what it does, like, the virus that kills you in, like, like, a minute, I think, was you're infected?
It's, like, it's a very specific amount of time. It's, like, 2 minutes and 40 seconds or something, like, which, so I have a few questions about purple haze.
Yeah.
So, like, clearly they know how long it takes to kill something. I wonder if Fugo killed people before with purple haze. And also, so we have, when he starts the battle, all of his, baubles are full, so I'm guessing they just regenerate.
I'm pretty sure they regenerate, but I'm pretty sure he had because they know what his stand does, so I'm assuming he does.
Abakio is extremely terrified of it.
Yeah, so he obviously seen it before in action. So, which I do want later. I do want to talk about the second light novel for part 5, also about Fugo.
Sure,
but I'll talk about that a little bit later because that's gonna be. Because it's kind of interesting when I read about it. I can see them also like adapting that as like an OVA because that one doesn't take place after; it takes place like in the middle, like after he left. Like, but like still, everyone's still there.
Yeah.
So
an interquel, if you will.
Yes. So I'm sorry, my throat's still a little.
It's fine.
Pump sickness. So yeah. So they have like, a bunch of stand, and then Giorno and Abacchio went to Apache wants to go find the key, and Jordan wants to go find Fugo and help him. Mm-hmm. And then they have there it is.
Oh, we got okay. We're just at the point
where
the
thumbnail of the episode.
Of this one?
Yeah.
Was it this?
It should just be like no. You should make the thumbnail of the episode.
I was gonna do that, but we're talking about the part where Abakio aggressively pokes Jorno's nipple.
Chest, it just goes those cushiony
it's so
chest I've ever seen.
I already made the thumbnail though because I can't be bothered to rewind it.
Damn it.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, we're still kind of talking about this, but overall, I think this is like a very serviceable adaptation of this arc. I think it does kind of a good job at making things snappy, but I think it's just not a super interesting arc.
This is one of the ones I think I forgot about other than the ending part because I've said before how the end the ending kind of annoys me with Giorno's asspulls.
Yeah, I guess let's finish it. But let's finish talking about it, and then we'll get into it.
You get that conflict between Abacchio and Giorno that you still keep getting the tension of what he wants to do, to save, find out what's going on, save Fugo, and everyone gets out fine. Well, Abacchio just wants to go get the key and go away because
he knows the boss. He understands how dangerous the boss is.
Yeah,
he thinks sacrificing his teammates is a better solution than having the ire of the boss.
Yeah.
Which we've seen how ruthless and sick the boss is.
Yeah. So he's gonna go find the thing, and then Jordan pretty knows he's just gonna lead him to the key and everything. But yeah, also what's it called, Man in the Mirror's design is so it's interesting that it has his same outfit as Lucio has, but he has goggles on.
Yeah, it's really weird. I definitely don't think it's not one of my favorite stand designs, but it stands out, especially the color scheme they went with.
The black, the same as outfit color, which I like.
Yeah, as I said
other than
before,
the orange goggle, I think it would have been purple, imagine hair ties, but
the little accents he has.
Yeah, it's very interesting though, but I kind of wish they gave him something other than punching people in the mirror world. You had to give him some kind of something on his hand or something that could
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what this art kind of feels a little boring to me because it's really the whole grabbing people. His power just feels pretty limited in that it can only kind of grab someone and punch.
Yeah, or not even Lucio has a weapon or anything to
Yeah, it's just kind of strange how you think his whole thing is about taking advantage of someone and putting him in a state of weakness, and then he doesn't really. Yeah, it makes sense if he had a knife or anything. Especially if he's in the fucking what's it called, the execution squad.
Yeah. So apparently, purple haze, anything that it affects, it will turn to goo within 30 seconds.
Oh damn, I was wrong.
So that's just all I read. But yeah, so second episode, which is the Beer Man and Purple Smoke and anime. And Abagio like goes to get the key, sees a convenient mirror, which it's a broken piece of mirror, and then he has his encounter with Lucia, which I think is my favorite part with.
Yeah, so this is really cool. So, okay, I just want to... We're watching it right now, and I just want to talk about how stupid...
His walk?
No, okay.
He's like this, like, he's like his hand like in front of him.
His walk is very good. I like his walk a lot. But how stupid it is, if we were to assume that Illusia went around putting the shards of glass everywhere, or mirrors, whatever, in case of an attack, he would have totally seen the key.
I think...
It would have been impossible for him to not have seen the key.
Well, that one just seemed like a random broken piece that was just lying around.
Too convenient.
That's Jojo. Everything's too convenient.
I know. So, this part is so cool. I totally forgot about the whole thing where Abakio gets split and his stand, like half his body's a stand and half his body's him, which I think is just literally the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, he drags him in, and he's like gets. I love the image. Like, if I like choking the stand, or like wait, I can't. I don't think stands can choke other, or can't choke stands.
Which I love that they actually brought that up, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
The rules of stands?
Yeah, the rules of stands are constantly breaking. And for them to acknowledge this, that a human can't touch a stand, I was like, thank you.
Can't touch a stand, yeah. But I also like, but you reveal with it's Moody Blues, but I love this, he's the coolest job with the sound effects of Moody Blues, like. And
the Moody Blues is awesome.
Like,
but
the punching sound of Moody Blues is like one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a...
It's so funny. I love the choking. I don't know. It's just like the stand rules actually come into effect is actually like.
And so
hilarious.
far, Part 5 has done a really good job in general of like having the stands and people feel like they're one. Like there's a part in the not Kraftwerk, the liquid, what's it called? Soft machine.
Soft machine.
In the soft machine fight when Bruno like turns his arm into Sticky Finger's arm, and it just looks really cool, and he just punches with Sticky Finger's arm.
There's only a few times in Part 4, I think, where Josuke's arm becomes like Crazy Dime, which is like really cool to see. I love seeing that. That's like Part 7, where it just like it's like part of their bodies, or like it's just like as them.
It's more interesting.
It is a little bit.
Sorry, it's so funny. I love this is really cool. Like the fight where he's like Moody Blues is inside the world and Abakio is holding the mirror and the mirror's floating. It's just this is probably the highlight of the fight for me. Also, you get Moody Blues' sweet butt.
Yeah, it's highly detailed, but also I love him like Moody Blues walking with like the mirror and it's like floating behind him. Like
that's such a cool idea. I really like that.
But like it's so I love it. It's a cool time. Then it's like the half and half thing, which is like a really cool visual too. Like
yeah, the half and half thing is awesome. There's some really good animation in this episode too. The part when right now we're watching the part where he does the beatdown. He starts kicking him. But the part where Purple Haze like goes freaking crazy and starts like punching, it looks awesome. Just visually, it looks so cool.
Yes,
and I love it. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Oh yeah, so basically Abakio gets like knocked out. Basically, he's like knocked out of action, and then it's like Giorno's turn to like just do some bullshit. Which is like the biggest bullshit.
Pretty much. But yeah, I just can't get over how cool it looks when Abakio is half Moody Blues, half Abakio. It is just the coolest fucking shit I've ever seen, and I love it.
But yeah, so he goes back, Lucio goes back to where Giorno was, and like drags him to the mirror world. But like, yeah, like in his hand he had like the virus that gets like split open. And it's just like...
So what Giorno does.
Yeah,
Giorno has the virus. So Giorno intentionally infects himself.
In the longest 30 seconds, or like the longest amount of seconds for the virus to kill someone, because like Lucy gets infected in his hand as well. Mm-hmm. I think he punches his hand, and it just like opens up into him. And they like, one of my favorite parts about it is like, I gotta build this resolve in me to like, cut my arm off, and he does. Like, and then like I'm still infected. Like I just built up all the resolve to cut my hand off, and I got infected again.
I absolutely love that because I sympathize with him so much. How frustrated I would be if that happened to me.
All that to die anyway. But yeah, there's the color swap again. But like also, Vadio cuts off his arm, his hand. I mean,
yeah. So that was really cool too. That I totally forgot about how he uses Moody Blues in ways that Moody Blues really doesn't work. But having him like
rewind his hand.
Yeah, rewind the hand. it's really cool, and it is funny that they took Abakio's story out of this one, because he really does kind of go through like a character evolution here.
I'm assuming it comes in when he's crawling. That's when like the backstory happens.
That makes sense, because it really feels kind of weird how he goes through all this shit and then it just kind of goes right back to Giorno, and then Giorno does the whole thing with like the virus, and then monologues. Part 5 has some of my favorite scenes where a character's dying, but Giorno's monologuing over them. Like the part where Mista is dying in the White Album fight, and he's literally covered in like thousands of his own bullets, and he's bleeding out, and Giorno is like holding him. He's like, we have the resolve to destroy anything. The sun's rising up. It's like one of the funniest moments. Mista's like screaming like, ugh.
Well, it didn't really go into this episode, but like I guess the next episode's gonna show how he could like heal people too now.
Yeah, I was so shocked that we didn't get resolution on Abakio's hand.
It's gonna be next episode when he healed. Like, oh yeah, my stand can heal people now too. Other than like create. All right, so I'm gonna get into it. But
say what you want about Gold Experience Requiem. Gold Experiences being able to heal people too is so OP.
Suck a dig, Josuke.
Yeah, pretty much. I do like how they explain how painful it is though. So it feels like there's a bit of a cost for it,
but yeah. So this is also weird because like he's like his hand is slowly disintegrating while Giorno stays perfectly the same. Also,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't fucking make any sense.
Yeah, but he also makes like the blood shower. If you're
just I feel like this episode is just so well animated. Also, I think it's important to mention how this episode kind of proves how they're not censoring it anymore.
Yeah.
Even though the first episode, I think it's the first episode, they censor Luca's fingers. When Giorno spits out Luca's dismembered fingers, the bone parts were censored.
I don't think you're supposed to show like limb gore, but I guess you can show like the hand. And then just like it like hanging there. That one just got disintegrated. It just skipped to like a skeleton hand. And that's still dark.
Okay, so yeah, so this is the one exception. There's a part where Aluzia's...
You can't show an open wound bleeding out like a big open wound, like an arm missing.
Yeah, Abakio is like gushing blood, and that they're censoring that kind of, but not really because you can still see it.
But yeah, so basically, Giorno like makes Fugo punch the shit out of Lucio, and he just gets melted. But like he's like completely melted because he makes like it's hilarious. But Giorno's hand is still fine. He makes the brick snake, which okay. So
can we go through what happens here? So.
The biggest bullshit that I hate.
So he made the snake
out of a brick.
No, he made the snake out of one of the baubles.
I thought no. It was a brick. It was just in the smoke for so long. It was made in the smoke, so it was like
I thought he said he made it out of one of the pieces of the baubles. Hold on, let me skip through.
No, I'm pretty confident it was just the
This is why I hate this fight a little bit.
I'm pretty sure he's like, oh, I made this snake out of a brick, and it was during inside the smoke, so it was made in smoke, so it's fine, and it has an immunity, which I fucking hate.
So yeah, basically the conflict. I think I skipped over it. I think the conflict is that Giorno uses his stand in ways that almost don't make sense.
Well, also Rag doesn't know how vaccines work.
Okay, here is the cool part that I like. Is I've seen people explain this before, that it's like Giorno's stand is all about like giving life.
Yes.
And having the like, I don't know, the explanation where it's not like he lets the snake bite him. Like he has Gold Experience like poke the snake and like he creates
a vaccine.
Okay, wait. I created the snake from the brick where Purple Smoke's
castle
was
broken.
I said. Okay, so it's still like I don't understand the logic. I mean, I get where he's coming from, but I will just buy. The only reason I'll buy it is because Gold Experience is so overpowered. I believe that it would be able to embed life energy into whatever. I do love the image of Gold Experience holding the snake, though.
Still, but then so he's already infected. He rips out like the blood and injects himself. I don't think it's how vaccines would work.
It's a serum, Sam.
Oh, in the manga, he's like it's said as a vaccine or translated as vaccine. But like, still, even with a serum, I don't.
It's fine. It's Jojo.
Also, like Fugo, like monologuing about Giorno while he's like rolling around in pain.
Another example of Giorno just suffering. He's screaming. He's like
him rolling around is really funny, like cartoonish.
It is really funny.
But, so, basically this is supposed to be the chapter where Fugo's like, I have respect for Giorno, and I'll help him do whatever he needs to get done.
It's just funny to me how, like, you think, like, that's pretty much how each of these arcs works. And, like, it's just Giorno, like, proving himself. But the one with the Bacchio explicitly says, like, I still don't like you. The part when after the arc, he's like, yeah, turn around. I don't want you seeing my stand. Like, you don't deserve to see my stand. Really funny. Really funny.
So, yeah, that's basically the episode ends with, like, I trust him now. And, like, Abachi's still, like, handless, like, a mile away. Maybe someone should go check on him.
Yeah, when I was watching this, from the perspective of someone who hasn't read the manga, I would have kind of expected Abakio to die because he's kind of forgotten about, and he's in one of those poses that's like, oh fuck, this character's dying here.
It's fine.
But no, he's fine.
It's fine. So
he's gonna Moody Blues his fingers back on, I
guess. But so yeah, so also at the he's just around the corner
bleeding. Just bleeding out. He looks like he's dying.
He slumps over.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
But so after the end of the episode, we also get a teaser, though. We actually get an after credit teaser.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
About something that was stated but not shown in the manga, which was the burnt photograph. Which was, what was the name of the old man that gave them Trish?
Oh my god, I forget. I love him, though. Yeah, the old man. We all know and love him.
Yeah.
Who handed Trish over.
He killed himself, and and then he burned, like, the photo, but the photo didn't completely... You briefly see his beard, but you couldn't really... it's hard to tell. You don't get like, that much of a clear image. And he does it I thought he did it inside the turtle. And that's how they found out with Moody Blues, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they found a piece of the...
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it was a minor thing, and then...
So much fucking happens in, like, every JoJo chapter. It's easy to forget, like, all the intricacies.
But you see Nero find the picture, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing Nero, just, like, you're getting so much build-up for him.
I know.
It's so awesome. It was even hilarious that he's not even, like, his fight's not even with, like, any of the main Passione members.
Yeah, I don't even know if, like, I think Narancia might see him, but I don't
Narancia's
think
the one that kills him, because that's how Doppio gets him.
Yeah, that's right. Spoilers.
Well, we put the spoiler there.
I know, but I forgot all about that.
So, I guess I want to talk a little bit about the second...
Purple Smoke.
It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure 2 Golden Heart, I think.
Golden Finger.
So, basically, it's after they betray the boss, but everyone's still there, and there's, like... So, there's mainly about a girl, I think her name is... apparently, I'm trying to pronounce this name...
Let me see.
Conigillo?
Conigalo.
Conigalo. And she has a stand called a Cure, which is like a little rabbit that can heal like any injury or disease almost instantly. And she's meeting with like, her friend, and like the whole like at a restaurant, and the whole restaurant gets like wiped out by Fugo, but she lives only because she has the Cure.
Oh, that's interesting.
And like she had like a kind of hatred towards him now, but the Cure is also like not very tameable. She doesn't really listen to her, so like it's about that. And then like I mean she like links up with like the Passione and like tries like fight out about Fugo and everything.
That's interesting.
I mean that's like the basic plot, and like so. But I think they could do that an OVA of that one too if they needed an extra filler episode, because it just like happens during.
That'd be cool, and I honestly would prefer that to the Rohans.
Yeah,
because I think the Rohans are like really varying quality. Yeah. The last one that they adapted to anime, which I haven't even watched yet, the one where it's like it's one of the most horror JoJo things. I think that one is probably like the best one.
Yeah.
Because it really just feels like it kind of feels like a Junji Ito story in a way.
Yeah, and then there's like other like gang members with stands like Joy Division, Public Image Limited. The hitman's name is Rigatoni.
That's really good.
But yeah, so that's interesting. Like I can see like it doesn't before Trish had the stand, she's not like really doing anything. But yeah, I was like that'd be an interesting one to do too, because people are thinking like, oh yeah, this one exists too. But Purple Haze feedback is people like had that as canon. A lot.
Yeah, that one it's hard. I don't know. I don't like the idea of inserting like a story during the part. Like I don't love that idea.
Like doing the one after.
Yeah, it's for the same reason that I don't like the Rolling Stone thing.
Yeah, it
feels weird. It's like it's not foreshadowing when you make it after the fact.
Yeah. It's I'm curious to see when they put that. It's definitely gonna be after like meeting the boss, but like That's my money, but...
Yeah, it just seems kind of weird to me. I mean, the Purple Haze feedback thing would be kind of neat because it's a way of like giving redemption, or giving a chance for a character to shine that didn't really get it.
It could be a short like 8-episode season, like just between like whenever you do part 6 and part 5 or whatever, like that stuff. But
can't wait for part 6.
So, do you know what comes after this part?
It's the Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead, and
that's why they were at the train station, because that's how Grateful Dead starts.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to remember that, but I was just checking because kind of forget because the episode doesn't really show you where it's going to go after this one because you know
well, I think that's why they had the little after credits thing because the train station's where Grateful Dead begins, and probably one of my favorites.
Everyone's favorite. A lot of people's favorites.
I know everyone's really been looking forward to it because it's like we get Bruno's time to shine.
Mr. shooting himself.
Mr. doing his thing.
Gets shot by his own gun.
This is probably like one of the best. I've talked about it before, but I just love it so much. The interactions between Bruno and Sex Pistols are great in this one.
Also, just like
I wonder how many. I think it's going to be like 3 or 4, maybe.
Also, I love like these like fights are just like in these collateral damage areas. So
damn, this is like, I think maybe Illusio might be the last like kind of bump in the road before we really get to like we got Grateful Dead, we got fucking Babyface. Babyface has got weird shit. I'm excited for Babyface.
It's weird, but like I like these. It's
gonna be fucking awesome. I think.
Hope so.
Especially like it has the funny thing where Giorno turns all the cars into frogs. One of my favorite things.
It would be interesting. And then, yeah, we're gonna wait, and we'll have, like, Green Day and Oasis later, we'll have B.I.G.
Which one's out? I know we went through, but after Grateful Dead, it's, Talking Head and...
Baby... Is it...
sorry, Babyface, and then I think it's...
That.
Then I think it's Talking Head and, what's his face? Smash Mouth, just kidding.
Smash Mouth, I wish.
Talking Head and another, like, good band.
That's a good band. I thought I had it on the list on here. Hold on.
It's the shark one.
Wow. Babyface? No. Shark one. I know the one the talking one, right? Or
no, that's one of them. Talking Head and fuck. It's gonna be like it's not Jojo.
I'm looking at
whatever. This is dragging on too long.
I know it's dragging on, but
I just hate when I can't remember something and I'm being recorded.
Well, it's Clash and Talking Head.
Clash.
Because it comes off after they meet the boss. You get the Mystery King Crimson, then they appear.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Whatever.
So
yeah, we've talked about this
awesome.
before.
I can't wait to see like the first image of.
Yeah, I'm so interested to see how they portray the boss.
Hopefully, it goes better than the Killer Queen one. The Quality Queen.
Quality Queen, or he's like squinty.
Yeah, like his face is like nothing, but King Crimson is a cool design that I'm hoping they don't like fuck it up. How it's supposed to be goofy, like a goofy face, but like
I fucking love King Crimson. I cannot wait. He's like one of my favorite stands of all time. He just has the coolest design.
One of the best designs, especially for main villain. There's a lot of good main villain stands in like all of JoJo. So
that's very true. Rocky knows how to fucking set up the main villain. He always knows how to make a good main villain stand. Even like, I know people have misgivings about Part 6, but like, Whitesnake is so cool. His stand power is interesting, but like, even though when it evolves, like fucking, what's the last one called?
Sea Moon, and then there's Stairway to Heaven.
It's not Stairway to Heaven. It's a Queen song.
Made in Heaven.
Made in Heaven. There we go.
I forgot because I think Made in Heaven, like that. Yeah. Like the censored name.
Made in Heaven is really cool too. I really like Made in Heaven.
Yeah.
Even if it only gets
the horse chapters. One, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So that's those 2 chapters. What do you think coming back to this arc though? Thinking like, do you like it more or less?
There hasn't been an episode of Gold Experience that I haven't loved.
I meant like to remind you of Man in the Mirror, like liking it or not liking it.
I thought it was fine. I definitely think it was funny because I went into the Little Feet fight thinking like I didn't really like this arc that much, and then ended up being like fucking badass and like had these amazing moments.
Also, just having like these 2 goofballs like trying to kill each other like with their weird stands.
If they had been more competent, the fight would have been over like immediately. But they're both so fucking stupid that they just keep fucking up. But this one, I feel like I think I said it earlier. They did like whatever a serviceable adaptation. Like it was what it was.
And I always say Lucio seemed like a Part 3 villain more so than someone in Part 5.
Yeah, he's very similar to Centerfold.
Centerfold and Depth 13 combined, where like he Centerfold attack from mirrors, and where differentiating how to drag someone into a different world. It was a combination of both of those.
I think,
but without the cool weapon to go with the stand or a person.
Exactly. I think someone screenshotted. There's a picture of a panel of Cat Queen talking to Paul Never. He's like, "There's no such thing as a world inside a mirror. That's crazy." And it's just like, oh, he confirmed it, guys.
Like literally, it's not real. You literally like realize there was a dream world you're being dragged into by a baby, and like there's all this weird shit that happened to you in part 3, and like
the sheer like what's the word? Like the confidence that the characters in JoJo will dismiss things is hilarious because anything is fucking possible.
Something weird happened. Oh, is this the work of an enemy stand? Like, no shit, the work of a stand. Like, come on.
But you're telling me that this decapitated head floating around isn't real?
This weird electrical outlet that's on a rock outside is like not an enemy stand? Like, it's just like all this stupid shit that like you would think by now, like, it's not like the early chapter, it's fine because, maybe they're just being introduced to stands or, like, they're not too familiar with how they work or interactions. But, like, still.
Like, early on in part 5, Giorno doesn't really know what stands are, so it makes sense. But, like, yeah, you have these guys who are, like, they see a mirror and they see a guy in it and they should realize immediately, like, things are afoul here.
Like, even, like, the fucking old man and, like, the guy, who gave them Trish was like, I don't have a stand, but I know how stands work. And, like, he knows more shit than, like, anyone else does, but...
Yeah, I really wonder, like, I know this is really stupid and not important, but I would love to see, like, the Speedwagon Association, like, their, like, knowledge about stands. Because later on in part 6, we see that they've got, like, operatives that are stands, including the fucking bird.
Well, we also get...
That is a Savage Garden.
Part 5, we learn about Polnareff working with them.
Yeah.
So
I would love to see like a bunch of like suit and tie guys and like the Pentagon like talking about like stands and like trying to weaponize stands.
They brought in the Speedwagon Foundation. So we have our question and make sure people were listening for this long. What would be the weirdest stand fight to see by a non-stand user? You're not gonna get caught in the collateral.
So like if you were a non-stand user and you were observing a stand fight.
Yes. What would be the weird interaction? We just seeing shit like coming out of nowhere. Because like I guess people could see the living creatures out of Giorno and like stuff and like the stuff forming out of Josuke. Like he like, the floor wall they had made. Cause like you can see that. Like what would be the weirdest thing you could see?
Oh, there's another example.
You have any answers to that?
Yes, I was actually thinking, probably Grateful Dead, just because everyone who's not being touched by cold water is like suddenly aging rapidly, and that would just be so confusing, and you'd also be affected by it probably.
Heavy weather, because everyone's be turning into snails, and you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Heavy weather, that's like weird, because what is the stand power? The stand power is that it refracts light.
It reflects light, and if you see the rainbow or touch the rainbow,
it infects your mind.
Yeah, you think you're turning to a snail.
So yeah, that does affect non-stand users. So, but yeah,
but non-stand users are spotting from the far away. You're just seeing people like on the ground, like
not seeing the snail. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
You're seeing people like from a distance,
seeing like, Jolene like on all fours, like slurping around.
Yeah, like weird shit like that. Like I don't count Bohemian Rhapsody because everyone sees that and like it's a global thing. So like I'm not gonna count the global stands. Yeah,
that's kind of stupid.
But
that's it kind of makes me angry that Heavy Weather's power is like light refraction, because that is like the most horrifying thing to me. Is I mentioned this before.
Thinking or something, and you can't.
No, just like turning into a snail in particular. Because there's in Uzumaki, Junji Ito's. I've mentioned this before, but I'm in a different thing. But there's a chapter or like kind of a recurring thing where there's like a disease that people just start becoming snails. They slowly will transform. And the way it's depicted, both in JoJo and in that, is so incredibly horrifying. How you like slowly start to transform. Like you start secreting liquids.
I bet Rocky like read that before. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he was inspired, because the timeline would make sense. Because I think Uzumaki came out in the 90s. But it's like the idea of like slowly transforming into a monster is done so well in both. And I hate it. And it makes my skin crawl. In a good way.
Yeah. So I think that'd be a good question if anybody can think of. Because I think I don't count the global ones. I don't count Sports Max because no one could see his stand.
By design.
So
Stupid.
it is very stupid.
Yeah.
And like I guess like Diego doesn't count because everyone can see the dinosaurs.
Mm.
Most of those stands everyone can see, other than like maybe like D4C and like Tusk Act 4.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's weird because some stands they end up affecting things like in the real world, not just like the way the stand looks.
I want to assume everyone can see Mountain Tim become a rope man.
That'd be really funny if you couldn't see the rope, just like his body parts floating around.
It's like one of my favorite things in part 3 when like he like whole horse is threatening someone with a gun and like they can't see the gun, so he's just going like this. Or like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, oh wait, they can't see my gun. Like, it's one of my favorite things. But like, yeah, definitely I'm curious to see if anybody can bring up any good ones that we don't know.
That is your challenge for the week. Please put it in the comments.
Yes. So
I think that's a good place to end it then.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Grateful Dead and Beach Boy.
I know, yeah, it sucks we have to wait an extra week, but holiday
break.
I'm okay. I took a long holiday break. I will let David Productions take one too.
I had a long 2 work weeks or multiple work weeks of like 40 hours. So
you demand David Production to work.
I work overtime.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
well, the holiday pay though.
Holiday pay.
You're gonna get some nice paychecks.
Yeah, I already pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts with that first one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited.
It's a shame that Sora dies. Just kidding.
Which time?
I don't.
Is he gonna be Norded? Who knows?
Snorted.
So
all I know about Kingdom Hearts 3 is that Mickey fucks Kairi.
Nah, he fucks Riku probably. But yeah, I definitely have to let you borrow that collection sometime.
Yeah.
You have so many games lined up. I have to let you borrow Dad of War.
I really want to play Dad of War first.
Dad of Wars are awesome.
That and Spider-Man. I really want to play.
I have to play Spider-Man.
Have you started it yet or no?
I haven't started. I have a 19 gig update that I don't feel
That's
like waiting to download. So I'm trying. You have to remember to do it before you go to bed or work. So to be ready. But
or just put it on and play Smash.
I could. I could.
Yeah.
But we've also been playing Smash. If you haven't. There right now, which I've had. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is very fun.
Got my boy Ike.
I just want to play it with people though. We should play.
Do you have 2 controllers?
I do.
Alright, we can. But yeah. So thank you very much for listening. Do we please like, comment, subscribe? All that fun jazz.
Please, it helps. Every interaction helps.
Did you make a new Twitter?
I did actually, yeah. It'll be in the description.
Yeah, if Jim remembers the description, or it'll be in the channel info, maybe?
Yes, it definitely is on the channel.
Okay.
I think I have it in the description. Whatever, yeah.
So if you want updates on when the episode comes out, because, we had such a stable episode release schedule of it will be out when it's out.
We kind of do with the Jojo
yeah, because
those generally come out a day within the chapter.
Yeah, if you know part 8 chapters, but this one depends on the breaks of the anime.
Yeah,
and how long the arcs are. So just keep an eye out on that if you want like closer updates, or if Jim wants to ship post, he can ship post. But
it doesn't have enough people to ship post yet. It would just be like me yelling in a room, which is most of what Twitter is.
Yeah,
just me yelling in a
old man
room.
yelling at cloud. So. All right, thank you much for listening then.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love you.
I'm sure you do.
Good night.
Good night.
Fighting